The heat in Las Vegas can be oppressive. It inspires a survivalist mentality. Survival and thriving, the name of the game for this man today. Lonzo Ball, the number 2 pick overall in the NBA draft last month, making his long-awaited NBA debut. Arriving at the Thomas & Mack Center a moment ago with General Manager Rob Pelinka of the Los Angeles Lakers. He is expected to lead this franchise to a new level, to bring it back to where they feel they rank. On Ball's first touch, the crowd erupts here. There's the lob to Ingram, and that's what Lonzo Ball does.
Well, we're going to see a lot of those two hooking up in the future, and appropriately, that starts off our game.
Ended up averaging 10 points a game for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kendall Marshall with a nice dime inside to Bryce Johnson for the layup. Bryce Johnson, because of a back issue. Ingram goes quickly on the wing. Kevin Durant looked at Brandon Ingram at one point last year and said, I felt like I was looking in the mirror as he makes the block.
Well, that is what he looked like, but that's not what he played like. From the first play, a beautiful look. It's because the ball doesn't stick and guys don't bounce it too much.
Past season and missed the playoffs for the 4th consecutive year. Vander Blue on the drive, and that's going to be goaltending for a guard, point guard, which is pretty impressive. Turnaround jumper by, hey, I don't want to start anything, but a front office change with the Clippers too up there, along with the multitude of other Los Angeles Lakers players that have had their jerseys and their numbers retired. And that's a pretty stellar group of Quasars. Kuzma sends him the pass, 3 on the shot clock. And that time Ball tied up, got it off, and Kuzma with the board, put back no good and followed.
You would think he could make the transition to the NBA 3, so he's got a chance to be a good player. He just hasn't quite.
What kind of impact do you think he makes with the Rockets, and how does it work with he and James Harden?
Well, I'm concerned. First of all, I believe Mike D'Antoni understands. He's going to make it work, but I think you're talking 2 players who absolutely need the ball.
For joining us, man.
Yeah, I actually got dressed up because I was doing Rachel's show, The Jump, earlier. Okay. Otherwise, I would be in shorts and a T-shirt.
Jonesy, he's dressing better.
Brandon Ingram was in Lonzo Ball's shoes.
Yeah, they've, it's only been a few weeks together, and unfortunately they both have little injuries. Last on the court with the guys every day, leading by example and by telling them what they need to hear, and he's made a lot of progress.
Last year he told me that he wanted to. Has it made a difference? Because PJ and I did that last night on our own.
Yeah, well, I don't recommend you two doing it.
He played as well at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he would have, and he should get a lot of credit for the work he put in. And in practice, we get to see it every day, so we know what he's capable of.
Unnamed sources or a player on the team said, if you're going to say something, own it. Put it out there. I disagree with that.
He had his rookie season ended prematurely because of an ankle injury. Ingram isolated. Johnson working against Zubac. Bryce Johnson with a nice looking.
But again, the ability to do that from out on the perimeter, coupled with his shooting, he's a tough cover.
He surveys the shot clock beat.
That's a way to go, Jonesy.
Yeah. You weren't mad at me for putting you on Front Street with the 4,000 calories, were you?
4 was being kind. I think I was well over 4.
Bryce Johnson with the step back fadeaway is good. I'm sorry. Sue Bird going to be mad at me on that one.
Yes, she is.
I'm a big fan.
I'll defend you. I'll explain to her.
Talking about the game. 3.5 minutes to go. Ingram trying to get a little space and squeezes one off. Throw line. Talked about him a little bit earlier. South Carolina native. Stayed home, went to the University of South Carolina. Had a very productive career for Frank Martin, who's one of the better college coaches. His jumper's a little bit strong. Thornwell, the 2nd round pick. Stare down jumper is good. And 2nd round pick Isaiah Thomas, who's here in the building tonight, to think about. Doesn't matter where you start. Zubac wasn't ready for it. Thornwell with a little room service at the other end.
2 things about that. One, it wasn't the NBA 3-point line, and
they come into the league to what they are, even in a year or 2, is really exponential growth. As Senderi
follow through is really good. The important thing is the results work. I do think, though, it can be improved.
Limit them to just the Los Angeles area, but there's a lot of purple and gold around. Lonzo Ball, the first UCLA player to be drafted that high, number 2 since 1979. Bryce Johnson with a foul. Here's Ball in the open court. Ingram kicks it out to a wide open
Angelo Russell and Timofey Mozgov.
Ingram got it.
Outfit.
I know. Got the memo. Thornwell with the floater in the paint as he's 0 for 6 from downtown. A guy that shot 40% on threes, and there's his first on cue. Lakers back up by 6. Marshall drew the contact, and a 4-point play potential here since the time that he's retired. Good defensive play by Thornwell with the back tap and the steal. Wow. Is that Ingram that went flying?
That's really good recovery back down there. He's so competitive. He's always enjoyed tremendous respect from his competitors because they knew A, how tough he was, B, how talented a player he got.
And the Clippers come up with it. Thompson forced one. Oh, the follow missed. James Bell went hard. And here's Caruso. The extra pass and the flush.
I don't want to say marginal talent, but not, storybook talent. He had himself a fine career.
Marshall with a nice look for the tie. Got it. Lonzo Ball checked back into the ball game. Kuzma in the open court. Does it himself. Can take advantage of it. Oh, what a spin move. Oh, he put him in the hole.
There we have a Sports Center later. I think, no, not the second overtime, first overtime.
I love the sudden death. Bryce Johnson.
To make a living with Lonzo Ball or Josh Hart guarding him in the post.
Yeah. Oh, nice tip pass by Thornwell for the assist. There's that bucket by Jamil Wilson.
Yeah, Jamil Wilson from Marquette knows what to do with the ball when he gets it.
Sweet move on the baseline.
I spent more than a year of my life recruiting both of those guys. Shows what a good job I did. I couldn't get Armand to Fordham. He goes to Princeton. I couldn't get Patty Sullivan to...
Ingram gets into the paint, got it knocked away. Active hands by Wilson. And Wilson gives the Clippers a 4. 2 minutes to go. Thornwell. 3 on the shot clock. Johnson's got to heave it. And at the buzzer, it's been that kind of night. 4-point game. Down low, Thornwell. Vander Blue on the move. In a rush. Blue got it.
That's a big-time play.
Marshall on the drive. Extra pass. Thompson. 2 on the clock. They won't get it off. And the Lakers get the stop.
For one opportunity if they want.
32 to go. Tried to cross him up. Gave him the sauce.
In the door of a double-double.
5 on the shot clock. Got to go. Blue switches on to him. Clippers out of sorts. Ingram with the steal. Timeout Los Angeles with 4.2 to go.
Excellent Laker defense.
Ingram comes up to the top. Thornwell there to deny him. Goes quick with it. Pull up for the game. And we will go to an extra 2 minutes. Overtime in the desert. And Brandon Ingram is getting up slowly, folks. I'm not sure if he got the flaps down in time for the landing. And Thornwell with the mismatch on Blue and one. Sindarius Thornwell.
As opposed to Juwan Evans, who hasn't had the benefit of being there. Don't foul, gentlemen.
Please. Ware makes it. 5-point game, and it is over. Bryce Johnson led the way. Not the best debut for Lonzo Ball. Just 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Johnson with a big night. He had 23 and 7. Ingram had 26 points and 3 assists.